Welcome back, everybody, to the first year anniversary of Kureon. It has been a year today that we set out on our adventure for the first time. So thank you, everyone that's watched for this year. Thank you, obviously, to my wonderful party who are all back now. We have Lydia back. Yay!
Yay! I have a life again.
Yeah, high season is over.
Yes.
So yeah, a year ago, these five set off as level 1 adventurers. None of them have died yet.
Gotten close.
Gotten close. Been through a lot. And they're level 9 now. So yeah, it's been quite a year. And I'm going to pounce something on you all and ask you what you think your favorite bit was.
Oh, you can't do that.
I just
Oh,
did.
fuck.
That's right. I'm that guy.
It was the Afriti fight of gun falling off.
Yeah.
Fucking kill you at the
That
axe.
was my favorite bit with the axe, like, fuck it. Yes! That was my favorite bit.
King Whop.
I was gonna say I'll go back really early. The King Whop.
See, and within this year, I pretty much filled this notebook as well. So I was just going to just flick through it and land on whatever and just say,
Wow.
Mapmaker Benjamin. There we go. That's my favorite moment.
I might even go way further back to like really early in the first arc, where we had like a lot of fights where I was doing stupid bullshit, jumping on people's heads and stabbing them.
Yeah.
That was good.
Are you not doing that anymore?
I'm trying, but it doesn't work so much these days.
Are we still trying to get Tilly to punch a ghost at some point?
Oh, yeah,
Is that
Tilly wants to
on the
punch a
card?
ghost, right?
I think we came out of that town realizing that maybe we couldn't do that.
Or maybe we shouldn't. There's one or the other.
I didn't want to. It was a mix of the three, I think. Yeah. So,
Definitely less enthusiastic about ghosts these days.
What about yours, DM? What was your favorite moment?
Well, mine. My favorite moment was the question. Tristan's question atop the mountain above Calraz Hawkle to the Kieran. That was my favorite moment.
Another moment where I was just like randomly put on the spot, like, oh shit.
It's
DM asked the question.
It's my specialty, putting you on the spot. It's sort of like a
Ooh.
base level DM thing.
Another bit that was really cool. That thing in Calraz Hawkle where we were being chased across the beast by the Dark Souls monster. That was very good.
Oh,
across
by
the bridge.
the
Sorry.
giant
Yeah.
shadow dog.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the bridge of Khazad-dûm with the
Yep.
Balrog.
We
It's-
definitely weren't in the mines of Moria.
No. Mm-mm. I don't even think the inspiration for that was actually Grim Batol from War.
Nope. Take it all back. My favorite thing of the whole game is the town named for the Xanathar's goldfish.
Shh.
Oh wait, we made that really shitty mayor pee himself.
Oh yeah, that was great.
The
Yeah.
province,
Oh, you just fucking bullied that man.
Yeah, we super did.
Yep. I almost today named another thing after another famous thing in fantasy, so I had to change that name. So yeah, I'm really good at that. I'm really good at doing that.
Sir Darts in the chat says that their favorite bit was the shadow dog too.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Shadow Dog.
Can we adopt him?
No,
I don't think we can.
no, especially after Ronan riddled them with crossbow bolts.
I mean, it's Swiss cheese shadow puppy.
Mm.
Can we keep him? Can we keep him?
You can go back there if you want. So yeah, so it's been a year, but what happened last time? Well, before we actually go that, we do have some announcements. First of which, let's do Susie's first. Susie, Wednesday, Bike Club.
Bike Club's back! Bike Club's back, and it's a special Halloweeny bike club, so tune in.
Where
For-
everyone will be in costume. Everyone, right?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Maybe. Rain check on that one.
So we'll see what the gang get up to in Argenvostolt. I think where we left it, Rahal is about to get wrecked by something
Sounds like
spooky.
Rahal.
Yeah.
Yes, Rahal. Is gonna get wrecked by something spooky, so we'll see how that plays out, and we'll see what shenanigans are in store.
Yes, and that's at the same time this starts, which is 8 p.m. GMT, which for you Americanos, your clocks haven't changed yet. So it's an hour
Earlier
for you. Earlier?
Yeah, because clocks went
Yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I know what time is. So, as well, Susie is on Encounter Roleplay on Thursdays for The Order, which is this season's viewer game. And you can sign up for that on the Encounter Roleplay Discord.
But I think spaces for that are running out because they're booked up until December, and I think it ends in December, so you should jump on that really quick.
Yes, you should. And that is at 10 p.m. EST?
No, it's at 5 p.m. EST.
5 p.m. EST.
Which is 9 p.m. GMT.
That's true, yes.
Fucking time zones, man.
Time zones, they're great. And then on Friday, you can get Susie as well on the Greyhawk channel for Uprising in the Perrin Lands. And that is at 1 p.m. EST.
Yep, so that's 4 p.m. Nope.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
GMT, which might be 5:30 this week because I know that Scrat's doing a bunch of his other games at 5:30.
So we'll see.
Tune in around that time if you're there.
Just follow me on Twitter. I'll put all the links up there.
Yeah. So speaking of Scraticus, though, I'm also on Scraticus's channel tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST, which is 5 p.m. It's 5:30 actually for this one for Wizards and Wardrobes. So you can see that where I get to find out what happened to me because I wasn't there last week and I didn't watch the episode. So we'll see. No one wants to tell me what happened. As well as that, Lydia.
Yeah, we have one last D&D game in the vaults in Edinburgh, and that is Halloween.
Yeah.
So from the Dressed Up Bike Club, I will just get my behind straight to the vaults to DM at midnight till 4 o'clock in the morning, and we still have a couple of spaces left for this special Samhain episode where I'm heavily using Xanathar. So if you haven't played any of that and you wanted to try your hands on it, there'll be a couple of Xanathar things in there, all tailored to some fae fuckery because hey, Samhain. And if you want to catch me tomorrow on BBC Scotland, Good Morning Scotland, I'm going to talk about it a little bit as well at 8:45 in the morning.
Oh, you're not usually awake that early.
No, I'm not. Really
Are
not.
you going to bed? That's the question.
I will. But the good news is nobody will see me. It's radio.
It is. Yeah.
I can look like the night hag that I am.
Yeah. At that time in the morning, everyone's got a face for radio.
I didn't know that was an 8:45 in the morning these days.
Yep.
It's early for some people.
It is for normal people. It is for us. It's not for normal people.
Susie will murder us in our sleep. In our sleep at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be very easy because she'll be awake, and you know. But that does remind me, Susie. Does that Bike Club is an hour earlier this week?
Oh yes, it's at 7 p.m. rather than 8.
That's true. 7 p.m. rather than 8 p.m. That's still GMT, which works out to be what time? EST?
Where's Einstein when you need him?
3.
An hour less than the last one you said.
Yes.
3 p.m. Yes.
Yes.
Just follow Twitter.
Just
follow us on Twitter, yeah.
So I was going to say, I believe in everyone else to be able to figure it out. I have faith.
There are multiple degrees in this call, and we can't figure out time zones.
Yeah, but how many of them are BAs?
Hey, BAs count.
Yeah, sure. All right,
Fuck yeah, I got honours in mine.
Same, I got first class honours.
Anyway.
Bro.
So D&D.
D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons, yes. So, a year of this, everyone. It's been a year of this.
That's why I'm grey.
What? Wow. So, last time, our party had found themselves back in the material plane for the first time in a couple of weeks. They had journeyed back to the Glorantha, the other thing I accidentally named after a famous roleplay setting. Probably not pronounced that way, though. And they had journeyed back within and began the long-winded process of getting back Namari, or the bit of Namari that seemed to be missing. However, things did not go as planned. After a couple of hazards revolving around the implements themselves, they shattered and a portal opened to the wrong place. And as a crack in reality appeared, Riveron, Ronan's uncle, if not by blood, was killed by a spear, a large lance-like spear, which came through, followed by its master, which engaged with the party, and after a very, very close call, the creature was defeated, and the portal was sealed. Now, gathered in darkness, our party seeks to try and get Namari back. And we begin today not in that darkened room, in that place between places. We begin on a mountainside, overlooking a pristine blue sea, on a small plateau, with a gate leading further up the mountain, where a woman stands, alone, with bright orange hair. You've been walking for some time now. You're not quite sure how long, you're not quite sure how far. Everything here just seems too peaceful and too relaxed for you to care about it, almost as if it doesn't matter anymore. You're in paradise. You've passed other people here, as strange looking as they were, seemingly like spirits or something unassailable to description. But they were pleasant to you. They offered you food, which tasted better than any food you've ever had. They offered you compassion. You didn't feel like there was any malice behind it. You're accustomed in your life to people using kindness to get something from you. A ruse, mostly. But here you couldn't help but feel there was no sense of that. But now you stood at a pair of gates. Alone. Save for the great flaming winged humanoid creature standing above the gate with a blade of fire, which has just appeared for you this second. Their jet black skin, bright gleaming white eyes, and soft yet stern expression, silently judging you.
Cool.
But it's not them that speaks. A voice behind you, almost impossibly soft, slightly pained, as if they've run a long distance or are recovering from perfect timing, or are recovering from, please ignore the phone. I will answer that when we go to break. Almost as if they are recovering from a long illness. This phone is ringing for quite a while. Give me a moment. There we go. It's finished. I know exactly who that is that's ringing me as well. And I knew they'd ring me exactly this time. And the voice speaks to you and says, "You're a long way from home, Namari."
I turn around to see who it is. That knows my name.
It's a bush. Small bush.
Okay.
I suppose I'm a long way from home too.
Like
Shouldn't.
a random shrubbery, just.
In time, you will learn who I am. In time, you will learn who you are.
I look inside the bush. I want to go. What?
There's nothing in the bush. It's not like that scene from He-Man. There's nothing in the bush.
I turn around to the figure. Do you see that?
The figure is staring at you. Though they make no motion. They say nothing.
This is a very strange place.
It is a place you should not be yet.
It's a nice place.
It is. It is not your place. You can choose to stay here if you wish. But there are people looking for you back home.
Who?
I think you know.
How long have I been here?
Hard to say. Hard to know. And it doesn't really matter in the end because you won't remember when you're gone.
Who brought me here?
You did.
Right. Are they actually looking for me?
Of course. They spent a long time doing it. They have quite the story to tell you when you get back. That is, of course, assuming you want to go back.
I look back to the judgy angel person.
No change in facial expression or anything.
How can I get back?
Oh. I suppose that remains to be seen when it happens. It's not really your choice.
You just said it. What?
Oh yes, it's very confusing, isn't it?
Who are you other than a bush? That is weird. That is the most confusing thing, really. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just an old man.
Right. I'm talking to a bush.
You've spoken to stranger things.
No.
You spoke to a wall once.
What?
You did.
To a what? To a what? To a wall? I didn't
To a
hear it.
wall, yes.
I mean, I guess. Still very high up on the list.
Probably not for long.
Oh my god.
But right now is no time for small talk. We will probably have time for that in the future.
Okay. So I just
Just wait.
wait here?
Yes.
Okay.
But when you do choose to go, take something to remember me by. A little glint, and a little yearning. You'll find out the meaning if you search.
Are you? I'm supposed to. Okay. This is very strange. And I take.
No.
No. Okay.
A single leaf from a tree takes a long time to grow. Just like a life. Each of them is precious. So, meanwhile, in the material plane, the four of you sit around Namari's cold, pallid body. I'd say 4 of you sit. 3 of you sit. 1 of you's propped up, unconscious. Yeah. And you had just managed to accidentally form the Celestian Sigil for Light. There's a lucky natural 20. And at this juncture, each of your sigils activates. Even yours, Merlin. And it glows brightly, and you can see it reflected in each other's eyes. That golden hue. And you begin to see around you. Darkness slowly recedes from yourselves as the central point. What was once cold stone is replaced by the warm light of sunshine, slowly radiating out from you all. You still see no sign of your friend, but you do feel like there's a presence there. A caught glimpse out of the corner of your eye, which when you turn, you cannot see. The sounds of a sea, which you cannot smell or even perceive. The heat of a sun, despite being indoors. And a warmth. But a piece of it seems missing. And we're going to do a little bit here. So, each of you, one of you might be a bit limited in what you can do as you're currently unconscious, can offer up something, say something, or do something. You can also choose to stay silent if you don't think there's anything you can do with those. But if you do offer something up, we'll get a skill check from you based upon what it is you say or do or offer. And it will be modified by the exacts of what you tell me that you're doing. If you pass, the DC for getting the Mari back reduces by 2. If you fail, it increases by 1. And it starts at 10. And as each of you now search for your friend, tell me how.
I don't know what this would equate to, but I think Tilly is just like kind of in a weird like challenging disbelief. Like we went through all of this and like all of it has broken apart. It has stopped working. Rowan's uncle is dead.
So
if this does work, that would be totally bullshit.
Just sheer disbelief. Tilly is being like, yeah, there's no way this can work, and Tilly's in insane disbelief of this situation.
Like, she feels like it needs to work so that she can be mad about something rather than just like upset that all of this was for nothing.
Okay. Well,
roll a
in that
spite
case,
check.
yeah.
I don't
Do a hey universe, prove me wrong check.
So
It is
this is a force of personality, which is a charisma check.
Okay. Well, that's not the worst thing I could be rolling.
If you'd have just said that you were disbelieving, it would have been intelligence. So.
That would have been the worst thing I could be rolling. That's a 20.
Oh. Natural or otherwise.
Otherwise.
So, as you are just there like, this has to work. I'm really frustrated with everything that's going on right now. This has to goddamn work. The light begins to increase and the skin tone starts to come back to Namari, ever so slightly, imperceivably so. So, Who's next? What are the rest of you doing?
While Tilly stood there and being all like, I'd like to try and wake up Ronan if I can. Just while this is happening.
Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a death saving throw, shall we? Here. You're not actually dying. It's just this is the closest metric we've got to see you wake up or not.
Fucking, I'm that close to dying. That's a 12.
You feel you wake up and everything hurts. You're on 1 hit point. Everything is searing in pain. Your wounds aren't closing. It's painful. And Gun's meaty hand is pressing right where you got hurt.
Which is everywhere.
Yeah, it's like.
In fairness, though, Gun doesn't look much better.
No. How many hit points is Gun on?
22. Which for Gun is fucking dire.
You are 22 times better than Ronan is.
This is true.
Everyone came out of that fight low except me, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I went down a couple of times right before I could do something. Oh, never mind.
We weren't hear the end of that one.
No. That's fine. You'll never hear about the wine. It's okay. That's how I'm justifying it. These two things cancel each other out.
Let's bring in your.
Yeah.
What the rest of you like to do?
While Gun's waking up Ronan, I'd like to reach in the bag of holding and pull out the music box that we got.
Okay.
Because that's an important memory for me that Namari was the only person there that shared it with me.
Okay.
And that was such a huge moment for Tristan and to have Namari involved with that.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like these two things are somewhat connected, so kind of willing her back through the music.
Yeah. Make a performance check for me, please.
Oh no, this is what? It's a good one.
Tristan just breaking apart the tone with a hammer as usual.
27.
Okay. So as you open up the music box, and the song you remember from your childhood begins to play, you just listen quietly. What would the rest of you like to do?
I will reach into my pack and pull out from really, really early on in the game a tusk that I promised I would turn into a drinking horn for Namari. And you can see it's been sort of half finished. It's not done yet. Like the carvings on the outside are not quite finished. But I'll come in and I'll put it in her hand. You know me, I'm not good at the talking stuff, but I almost fucking died so many times to bring you back. We all did, and I got cursed. And that was really fucking shit. You'd have seen it, you'd have laughed. But none of that matters. We need you back. I need you back. You guys are all I've got left.
Okay. I would like you to make just let's say a persuasion check for me.
Oh, is my charisma still down?
Yes.
Fuck. That's a 11.
Okay. All right. Ronan, is there anything that you would like to do?
No.
All right. So, you see the bush ruffles slightly. It goes, I think it's time. So, tell me, young one, would you like to go?
Go back to them?
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
All right. Make a wisdom check for me.
21.
All right. Let's roll this dice. Oh. As you all sit there in this small, strangely paradise-like circle which has emerged from the lights you gave forth, the silence is split only by the quiet tinkling of Tristan's music box. And in it all, you wonder for a split moment if anything's going to happen. The orrery is broken. Everyone is dead. Ronan's not far off. And just when the doubt begins to set in, the sigil fades from all of your heads, differently to how it usually does. It seems to split and shatter and begin to flutter away like glass on the wind. For from within Namari's form, bursting forward, is this great shape, almost like a bird flittering outwards that erupts above all of you, colored in light green and black, sketched almost like a pencil drawing that shudders and shakes like crayon. And as it does, it unfurls its wings, and you see now the silver ring in its mouth before it looks up to the sky and begins to twist and turn, and from within it, this green light gets brighter and overtakes the dark into the shape of a tall tree. And as it fades, small specks of light drifting down like embers from a fire. Your friend opens her eyes. The entirety of her left arm, her right arm, is covered in this lattice work tattoo that began to make its way up her arm as she touched the crystal originally. But it has stopped just before her collarbone. And like the smallest drops of rain upon the surface of a pristine plate, the tiniest flecks of blue can be found within the Mari's eyes. Mari, you don't remember anything. You were in the Dwarven Vault. Now you're in another place which looks underground. It's very broken. It's very dark. The light has faded at this point. It's very cold. And you hurt a lot. But more like an ache of waking up from long sleep than anything else. And you almost have a feeling like there's something you're missing, something you need to find. An image of a tree sticks in your mind, but that's all.
Do you remember touching the crystal?
You do remember touching the crystal.
I shouldn't touch things. ever again. What was that? Was that some form of... Was that some thunder thing or lightning thing? Why does this...
The second Namari starts talking, Gun just whack a massive hug.
Ah!
Tilly like steps back, just throws her hands up in the air, shouts that she doesn't believe this, and just starts rambling about all the things they've been doing. So we this and this, and we spent all this money, and we had to stand in a circle.
Who is that? Gun? And I try and sort of... But of course, I'm like minus 1 strength or something.
Hold on a bit too long, and then just...
What?
Is it... Are you... Is it...
Fine. Are you okay? And I poke. God, is that you? You just hugged me. Why did you hug me?
Do you not know? Do you not remember?
What is that? And I look at the drinking horn in my hand.
Nothing. I haven't finished it yet. I'm gonna take it off. Okay.
Is Tilly still rambling in the back?
Yeah, she's like pacing back and forth, fuming.
I imagine it like Middle-ear in My Hero Academia, just muttering under your breath.
What is wrong with Tilly? Is Tilly okay?
So there's a lot we need to talk to you about. You've been gone for weeks. You've been fucking asleep or in some fucking dickhead dimension, I don't know, but you've been gone for weeks.
No,
Yeah,
we're
so
in
much
the
money.
dwarven thing. It's the dwarf. It's not the dwarf. Weren't we in the dwarven vault? Where's the crystal?
Actually, big hard pass on that one. Don't know. But yeah, a lot of shit happened. Ow, everything hurts right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, weeks. You said weeks.
Weeks.
And you can see Namari that Gun is covered in these deep like wounds, very heavy injuries, and so's most of the party. Ronan looks like he's on death's door. Tilly's mostly fine.
As soon as the whole Gun Namari started talking, Uncle Rafirian is at the back wall.
Yeah.
Ronan would have started crawling, just hands and knees over towards there. Just
I thought he had like gone.
No, his name.
no, he changed from his visage of old elf man and turned into
And Azamon.
blue-skinned Asimar.
Seeing Ronan probably struggling to get over there, I'd pack up the music box, see that Gun's kind of got Namari covered, and help Ronan towards his uncle.
Okay.
I take a health potion from my pocket. Is that helping?
Do I know that I can't be healed?
Sure, yeah.
I just sort of push it back. No, it's not gonna work.
But that is bleeding on me, actually. You're bleeding on me.
I'll just sort of shuffle off backwards really awkwardly. Now you're awake. Gun doesn't know what to do. She's kind of like,
We've done a lot of bleeding for you already.
What?
well,
There's been a lot going on.
I look around. Do I see the strange person that I don't recognize Ronan is getting to?
Yeah. The large, white-winged, blue-skinned person with the massive hole in their chest.
I just kind of like put my hand on Namari's arm and just be like, it's Ronan's uncle. Yeah.
Ronan, with a little help from Tristan, you find your way to your uncle's body.
Yeah, Ronan's just going to lay back on the floor right up beside him. And whether it's the loss of the uncle or finally the realization of the whole town being burnt, or whether it's the pain, he's just going to lay there crying and bleeding, tucked up against his uncle. That's it.
I'll sit down next to him. Not actually really say anything, but
Just
I'll-
that's it.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right, we should get out of here.
Yeah.
Where is here?
Just outside of Ronan's hometown.
I mean, we're in like a weird thing, right? But we can talk about all of this later. Tristan has his notebooks or whatever. He's the storyteller here.
Yeah, we'll fill you in when we're all a bit better. This place fucking sucks. Come on.
Yeah, I guess we help Nira to her feet.
Mm-hmm. All right. And ironically, right now, Namari is the least hurt of all of you.
Does anyone
Okay.
remember how to get out of here?
You got in, right?
One of you would.
Yeah, we'd remember. Characters would.
Ronan would. Because it was his uncle that told him how to get out of here.
I mean, if all else fails, we can just like go through another plane and just like hop out that way.
Nope. Big veto on plane hopping for a little while. Big veto.
Yeah, let's stick to the mundane, please.
Just cross this.
Unless it's a plane of air and I get to go to that forge, but that's... Moving on.
Extra planar booty call.
So yeah, I guess we pack up and head back outside.
Okay. Ronan, are you going with them?
Not for a while. There's nothing that'll move me. Not for a while.
Okay. So you all just wait a while for Ronan. Let him have his time. How long do you think Ronan sits?
Not too long. Not even just less than an hour.
Yeah.
Just eventually, just we'll try to get up, ask Tristan for help,
Without question, yeah.
begin to make my way out. And
Do you want to take anything with you?
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
are the implements still about, or were
No, they broke.
Okay.
Yeah, they broke.
At a risk of sounding like a complete heartless bitch, when Ronan's uncle turned into his angel form,
Yes.
do you have anything good on him?
He
that's a fair question.
yeah, he had a mace on him.
Oh, a mace, you say?
Yeah, a golden mace.
Oh, a golden mace, you say?
Yeah, like a furble or a censure,
Oh.
but like as a mace, like a flange mace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit. How do I get that without looking terrible?
You don't.
you don't?
You
don't.
don't. No, you don't. Okay,
If
Gun will
there's
look
a
at it.
giant golden mace there, then I wouldn't be able to pick it up, but I would tell Tristan to pull it with him as well. I mean, I'm not going to leave something there as well. At this point, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But other than that, no, there's nothing that Ronan wants from here anymore. He just wants to be out.
All right. So, as you go to leave, you take one last look at this place. Tristan, make a wisdom saving throw.
What kind of fuckery is this?
What kind of arcane bullshit is this?
Save, yeah?
Imaginary
6.
rocks fall.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you're just about to leave, you're filled with these intense emotions for a moment. This heaving sense of sadness, envy, longing as you look upon the Mari, and you cannot help but begin to cry. As for a moment, the spirit of the sword takes over, and its emotions become yours.
Interesting.
It's just this deep sense of jealousy. Just
Right, yeah. Yep. Understandable. I just kind of grip the handle of the sword and sort of just try to be as reassuring as possible as I can to a sword. But like in such a way that doesn't seem like patronizing.
Don't whisper sweet nothings to your sword friend.
How can you patronize a sword?
It's got a person in it.
There, buddy.
And as Ronan opens the way for you once again, you climb the winding staircase and open up into the blue sky and quiet morning of Kureon once more. You're standing in the circle of stones just outside of the burnt remains of Pinevale. And this morning it's chilly. It's like a cool summer's morning. And as the wind blows through the small trees in the forest to the side of you, you can hear the sound of birdsong, small animals, normality.
I'm still sort of next to Gun very sheepishly, not because this is all shit happened, and I have no idea what shit happened, but a lot of shit must have happened. And like, didn't you say we were in Ronan's hometown?
Uh-huh. Set of bandits looking for him. Killed everyone.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't linger here too much either.
Mm-mm. How's Ronan looking, like being confronted by the death of his uncle and like the reminder that everything's fucked here?
If you're like looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
it's like despondent. There's no anything here. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a glazed look altogether, with a lot of blood as well.
Yeah.
Glazed with blood.
Prestidigitate a little tidier. So like, obviously I'm not doing anything to help, but you know, you don't look as much of a mess. It's the best I can do.
Shall we, this morning, should we just go down the road a ways?
Yeah, I guess we still have like bed and board at that other town.
Uh-huh.
Or was that the town that we had hammocks in?
Yes.
Yeah. In an actual room at this point.
What were you going to ask, Tristan?
No, I was gonna. I kind of answered it in my own head, so it's unnecessary to put to words right now.
Okay.
It was a silly, but I out-sillied it.
All right. So you just begin making your way down the road here towards Galmore. And when you're not rushing, Galmore is a day away by horse. So you're not going to get there before nightfall, unfortunately.
I think we're probably taking it easy. I don't think we're rushing here.
Yeah, okay. So you spend some time camping overnight in the relatively quiet area that this is. So I'm not going to make you roll anything or anything. But when you wake up in the morning, Gun, you actually have healed. The day has passed. still very sore, and the wounds are still there, but your physicality is insofar as healed. So
She ain't gonna forget what caused those wounds in a long time, so...
No, as the entire night was incredibly hard to sleep because you were in agony for the entire night. Same with you, Ronan. As the wounds weren't closing and it was like they were being freshly cut constantly. So, it's about mid-afternoon when you see Galmor once more. That's a weird sentence. The small cluster of houses here, which makes up this town, you see the inn. You see Anfelf's is there right now. A little cottage is there. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do here?
I mean, I think first protocol will probably be finding somewhere for like Rowan's arrest.
Yeah.
And to see if there's any sort of medical professional that can, tidy up the open wounds as best as possible. The old-fashioned way.
Like, even if we know they can't heal at this point, they could at least be a little bit more comfortable for the...
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, like, stop any sort of sepsis.
Well, the good news is about them is that they constantly remain fresh, so they're not going to get any form of infection or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's comforting to know for Ronan.
Imagine in every single instant the wound is healed and reopened in an instant constantly.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that.
So in the same second, every second, every moment of every second, those wounds are recalled. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll find somewhere where we can post up. And then Gun's gonna find alcohol.
Well, you're going to the inn.
It won't be difficult.
All right. Give me a moment. I have to get my notes up. It's the inn. There's been a lot of notes since you left, Lydia. Been a lot of notes since you left. No, that's notes for a completely different roleplay. That's Warhammer.
Yeah, let's not have Warhammer crossover with D&D, huh?
Don't worry, no one's going to be seeing those notes for a while, that's right.
There's the sprawl. Don't need that. No, not that one either. Bear with me.
Please hold.
Please hold. Do. No. Plane of air. Plane of fire? We're getting closer. Wait, no, we just went back in time.
We'll use this time to hear from our sponsors. We have no
yeah.
sponsors. If you'd like
That's
to
right.
sponsor us, please get in touch.
I can't remember the name of the town. Can you remember the name of the town?
I have slept since then.
Truly, you are a paragon of note taking.
I am. My notes are fantastic.
They are to read, but not to use.
Fuck you.
I'm sure someone has it noted down.
It's just a case of finding the section.
Where is
If not, I'm pretty sure we can come up with a tavern name on the spot.
Is there something unicorn, I feel like saying?
Oh, the furtive unicorn. Thank you. Yes, it's the furtive
That
unicorn.
was the deepest recesses of my mind. Holy shit.
Yes, the furtive unicorn. Past me had put the notes ready. Current me didn't think past me had. They were right
Whoops.
there. Yes, the furtive unicorn with Sin McMichael. So if you make your way inside, and once more you see, well, at least for the four of you, you see Sin McMichael is in there, and no one else. It's empty. It's morning right now. No one's in the tavern in the morning. And you see he's sort of cleaning this morning, dusting down all of the surfaces, and he still looks as pallid and as like malnourished as he did the last time you see him. He's still got that slight shake to him constantly like a chihuahua. He looks kind of like a human chihuahua, to be honest. And as you come in, he sort of jumps up slightly. He's like, hi, welcome back. You're back earlier than you said you'd be. You're back very earlier than you said you'd be. And you've brought something new. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Furtive Unicorn. I'm Sin.
Namari. Hi.
If you don't mind me saying, you look terrible, all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the price we paid to be able to get back sooner.
Okay. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Do you want a drink?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go get you a drink.
Biggest, strongest.
I only have one.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Sort of skulks off behind the bar and here's some
Just go throw myself in a corner.
Clattering of wooden cups as he just sort of brings out a big drink for you, Gun, and it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't ask the rest of you.
Just anything will do, please.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. For you, sir. And he's sort of looking at you, Run.
Nothing.
Miss, new person.
What she's having?
Okay. And he goes away. He's feeling very awkward with the situation. He goes away and comes back and places a cup in front of each of you and he's like, I'll go clean now.
I think if Ronan drank anything, it'd spring out of him like leaks.
Wait, do we still have rooms here?
We never did,
not rooms, but you have lodgings.
Yeah, but
It's hammocks.
we've slept in all manner of weird places since we last spoke. It's hard to keep track.
Okay. Bye. And he goes back to cleaning, and he's like just looking down as he's cleaning. Like,
Right, so it's time to film the Mari and what happened then.
Yep.
Namari's trying not to look at Ronan. And glancing back every now and then and looking back down.
Well, take it away, Bard.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you grabbed that stone, something happened, and you've not been awake since. And that was a few weeks ago now. But when you grabbed it, it was almost like whatever the corruption was in that place went away. Almost like it kind of went through you, is my guess. And the sigil that we got was the only thing that prevented it from like destroying you, maybe. I'm not entirely sure of what happened, but this is how I've pieced it together. So we kind of saved the ghost town, but you've not been right since. And we had to try and figure out a way to get you back as you are.
Was I, like, dead?
You were getting there.
Yeah, like, not technically full dead, but mostly dead.
If we waited like 30 odd days, then yes. We were given a time limit. You remember the old guy outside, like from the threshold of the town?
Mm-hmm.
They were just kind of like sat there, on guard.
Yeah.
But he pointed us in the right direction, and it took us.
So it was an angel guy.
Yeah, that.
So that happened.
Hmm.
I feel like that happened is just the summary of what happened.
Yeah, like that's not even. I was gonna say that's not even the half of it, but that's not even the like 12th of it. So yeah, we from there headed back towards Ronan's hometown,
Mhm.
which wasn't in the best of states. Yeah. And we found Ronan's uncle, who helped. They led us to some secret place, just a little bit away from the town where we came out, where you woke up. It's hidden. I'm not entirely sure what that place was originally for, but when we got there, we were told of a way to get you back, and it involved a lot of traveling, and I mean a lot of traveling.
Kureon? Or
Beyond,
Mostly
like
beyond.
further beyond, like no longer this plane of existence beyond. A few times there were these like things we had to find, these implements. We had to get one from the plane of air, the plane of fire, the plane of earth, but luckily enough the one from the plane of water was here. That's the first one we went for. So we went to the coast. A lot of shipwrecks and a lot of ghosts.
Yep.
We met a guy. We met a captain of the fleet that went down, who was a ghost, who helped us get the first piece that brought you back. And I kind of pat the sword, and as thanks, we got him away from all of that, but not without some injury, not without some damage. But he
Gun's
helped.
face is just like,
Got him away is one way of describing it.
Yeah.
Where is he? What? Where?
He is in the sword now.
He's in the sword now.
Yeah.
You have a person in your sword. Okay.
We've been busy.
Anyway, from there, we headed back to the place after I ran away from a kraken, and we all ran away from a few ghosts. And we headed back into that place you woke up in, and from there started the plane hopping journey that was absolute hell.
yep. Yes, it was.
Starting off, we went to the plane of fire, which felt like what I hear hell is like.
We nearly died basically every day.
And I super nearly died, but it was really kind of worth it because you fucking best moment of my life. So I got picked up by this 3E, and she was like choking me by the throat, and she was like, "Stop fighting me or I'll kill her." And I was like, "Fucking just ice the bitch!" And then she let me go, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna die." It was awful. I saw my life flash before my eyes. It was shit, but fucking thought, do you know what? This is it. If I'm going out, so's this bitch. So I threw my axe. I fucking got her. Namari, I got her right in the face. It was so good. And then Tristan swooped into an angel and into an eagle and then saved me, but that wasn't the coolest bit.
I mean, if I didn't do that, then you would have died, and we would have lost the thing that we went there for, and Namari would have died. So,
a stupid face, just that look of confusion, like, oh no, so good.
I mean, would Namari have died because we did the circle thing?
Well, we'd have had to try and find another one of that thing, and that would have probably really messed up our timeline.
True.
Unless it would have survived the fall, but Gun wouldn't have.
I mean, a lot of the money didn't.
As you can tell, we've grown much closer as a group in your absence.
I mean, you'd have landed on your feet.
I would, but then my kneecaps would have shot out through my fucking head, and I would have died.
You've just been a pair of shins.
And you know how I'm like the bard in black and all that?
Yeah, I was there for that.
Well, we went to this cabaret where there was another Ifriti that ran it, And like when I did like a battle of the bards with the other guy. Well, I
Okay.
did that with the Afriti that owned this bar, and I won, and like just proves that I can play the violin better than he could sing. And then he kind of exploded because someone stabbed him. So he was usurped, and now there's a new owner of the cabaret. He was really nice and like just the best.
So yeah, we basically destabilized an area on the plane.
But yeah.
A little bit.
So I'm the bard in red and black now, and then we had to run away from that entire plane of existence because the boss dude started chasing us.
Hey,
and
but Ronan nearly killed a sultan.
Absolutely annihilated the guy nearly. Yeah.
And then we went to the plane of air, where Gun fell in love.
Oh, dude, yep. Do you want to tell that?
Maybe Gun can tell us about that.
Nope.
Oh, we also got the thing that we went to the plane of fire for.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
I just heard the Kill Bill music in my head.
Nope.
So yeah, from there we ended up in the plane of fire. Oh no, from the plane of fire into the plane of air.
Okay. Fire, air.
The people there are really chill, like really chill. The first person we met openly admitted to like being a pirate, but like was super nice about it.
I feel like we met some people that weren't chill at all.
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
The
there was
first
that one
impression-
guy that if he heard sound would just shoot people.
What?
Oh yeah, this like 12-foot dude. Well,
Completely naked.
this person, like I'm not entirely sure what they
Is
were.
that who you fell in love with?
No! There was,
Although
there was no love.
he was very tall.
Oh, the
They-
Varty in me. Yeah, they.
They. Oh, yeah, also on Plane of Earth, they have these weapons, like long metal sticks that...
I feel like we skipped a part where what?
So,
You
what?
have
We got on a ship and killed some statues.
right.
Oh yeah, some gargoyles, and then there was a blue one. And I turned into a giant ape, and like it was an entire ordeal.
You turn into animals now, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And you're collecting colors still. Okay, and Guns and Love and
No!
so
Also, the things that we were collecting were just pretty much incorporeal concepts, which we had to find physical versions of. So yeah, it was like needle in a haystack, but the needle was the haystack, and the haystack was the haystack.
right.
We ate some really good food there too.
Yeah.
Blue dragon. Tingles on the tongue.
Did you kill it as well, or was it?
No,
Yeah.
we just ate it. The guy was who made it. Great fashion sense. It was literally just a chef's
Also,
hat and an
we
apron.
did kind of adopt someone and make them our son. Gideon Goodman. You'll meet him.
Yeah, we made him business cards. Well, we.
Okay. And you ate Blue Dragon. Isn't that expensive?
Oh, it wasn't too
it
bad.
wasn't, really, because we complimented the chef, and they were really happy about it, and kind of just let us off for a bit. So we just paid what we felt, and then came back later.
Okay. And then
So yeah, after
No,
that
what were you
we.
saying, Dan?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Gun. We also remember that thing when the blacksmith smacked Gun over the head on the anvil
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
cool.
and gave us like a thing to do and like find a shit ton of really rare metals and some giant's blood and stuff. Well, we still need the giant's blood, but we bought all of the metals. And in that particular blacksmith, the smithy, Gun fell hard.
A blacksmith.
Nope.
That makes sense.
There was... And Gun is like bright red at this point. She is fucking just... She's just flustered chat and she's just... No.
No, I can see that. I can see that.
No.
Ronan's muttering very lowly, just going veto, 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 veto over and over again.
No, it's
What's
not like a red is in anger. It's like embarrassment.
But I can see the way that Tristan is like leading the
Mhm,
conversation, so I'm preemptively vetoing.
She bought flowers and everything. It was-
Aww. And is she gonna
and
sleep
went on a
with her?
date.
Did it go
I think
well?
they should.
I turned to go, did it go well?
Yeah, she was really nice, Shep.
Yeah, they finished it really quickly.
Tilly, please, I'm gonna kill you. Please don't.
Amazing.
At this point, Gun's just like hiding her face in her tank.
Yeah, then we were given the other thing, the implement from the plane of air. Then we had to go to the plane of earth and pull a heist. That could have gone better. In all honesty, that could have gone better.
I don't have any problem believing that.
You know how we have plans?
Yeah, no,
And
no,
then-
somehow, yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I,
What happened?
I've been part of actual heists. I wouldn't use that word here.
Also
Fair
not
enough.
surprised.
But here's the thing. We planned to rob a party where everybody else was also thieves. And then the second one
intentional.
person moved, the whole room moved, and then the next thing I knew I was smashing some guy's head like a watermelon. Fucking just ripping out other guys' throat. It was
I
was a
made a
good fight.
best friend too.
Oh.
Oh, and we were also all wearing really fancy clothes, like ball, like going to a ball.
Oh,
But
I'm
it
going
was
to
all made
ball
of-
episode. I missed. No, I mean,
But it was all made of moss. It was all made of stuff like moss.
You
And
also have
plants
your
and
clothes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept mine because, not gonna lie,
Mine's-
it looked great.
Mine is on the floor back in the garage, though.
right.
All things
So, yeah.
considered, the plane of Earth was kind of the easiest one.
Mm.
A lot of things happened there, though. I made a best friend, and
Oh yeah.
Uh,
What was their name?
Joffrey. Just
He's-
kind of stumped me on with my best friend's name.
And it's rude really asking for his name when it's a superhero name to keep his identity secret.
That's true.
Hero friend.
Yeah,
What's a superhero?
they were just the sweetest. But
Big Rock Boy.
yeah, great hugs, great hugger. But you have to be of a certain constitution to stand afterwards. I still have a bit of a twinge in my spine. Yeah, big rock dude. Lovely knitted bow tie, actually. That his mum made him. It was so sweet. Farmed like giant walking, talking mushrooms, but they don't talk. They like speak to you in your mind.
Oh
so
yeah,
was
that
also a
fucking
thing.
sucked. By the way, these mushroom people to speak to you, like they have to spore at you, and then they speak in your mind. Not a fan of that. Didn't like that.
I order another round of drinks because
Yeah.
But you
But
didn't
luckily-
even say
but yeah.
the best bit of this thing, Tristan, right? The reason why it was a heist is because we went to this place where these weird fucking like eyeball tentacle guys with big mouths on their heads had a king who was having a big feast or some shit, but here's the twist, they eat rocks and diamonds and shit and big fucking gems. And so this table was just full of like just millions of golds worth of things. You'd have had a heart attack if you'd have seen it. This guy just like chomped his way through it. It was awful.
And the table was like a few 100 feet long, so it was just full of gems and
Yeah.
spiraled in the ceiling. Yeah, it was a sight. So
We forgot about we forgot about the guy.
that had nothing to do with us. So
Yeah, the guy that Ronan definitely didn't kill, huh?
The tragic accident we witnessed.
fell to his doom. Nothing to do with us.
Ronan made the shot of his life. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Slice that rope from fucking hundreds of feet away.
And just-
I'd like to say there's no proof of that. And that he fell of his own accord the second time, and that's when he died, not whenever I dropped him. So
The words, can I make a roll to pretend I didn't do that? Was spoken.
And that roll immediately failed, right?
Yeah.
natural one, yes. So it's really unfortunate.
yeah, we got the thing that we needed from there, which was on the table at the time. So we kind of also, snatched up some of the king's dinner as we went.
no, that's
Um,
fair.
combination.
That's what I would have done.
Mm-hmm. yeah, then we had them all, right? So,
wait,
another thing in the plane of air. On his way back from killing a lot of gargoyles, as you do, we heard like a roaring. So we went to investigate. It turns out Sphinx.
Like a big lion friend.
Yeah. And it turns out the Sphinx was running away from these gargoyles. So like we did her a solid like straight away. So it kind of like felt like owed us a favor. So we asked for a way home. So when we were done in the whole like stealing from the plane of Earth, we just had this thing where we opened it up and like poof, we came back. Turns out the Sphinx is from our plane of existence as well, which is nice. So we can pop in and say hi at some point. Yeah, and then we kind of all turned back up here,
Roughly.
except from Tilly. Like there was a bit of calibration issues. We didn't all end up in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, I just kind of appeared in the sky.
Do you fall?
No, I hid in the bag of holding.
So like the bag hit the ground and then Tilly went poof. So,
Clever.
which was really fucking clever. Like
I didn't know you could hide in the bag of holding.
Well, I mean, desperate times, right?
That's 2 out of 5 of us now.
only one remembers.
Okay.
And then then we were here and headed back to where you were being looked after. And then the using the things that we'd collected on the way started the ritual. But you see, the place that we were is all about like manipulating existence. I'm not entirely sure, but like we can travel to another plane from there. So doing this ritual kind of left us a bit exposed. Things happened, portals opened. When we corrected them, another huge ass portal opened. Pretty sure that one actually was hell.
One of the...
Yeah, not just the plane of fire. Like, that one felt a bit more demonic.
Yeah, you know, for a good while there, I was trapped in a tower with every weapon I've ever owned, and other weapons I haven't, sticking out of me, connecting me with chains. So yeah, that feels pretty demonic to me.
What?
I can't remember that part.
None of us actually saw that. That was just...
Wait,
It
what?
was resistant guns.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There is a part I didn't say. When that particular portal opened, Ronan's uncle was the casualty. And we did everything we could to push them back. Skin of his teeth. That thing had powers that I've never even thought or couldn't comprehend for a while, and then it seemed like everything we did was just not enough until it finally was, and we somehow managed to look through it. And then we managed to wake you up. But yeah.
I think Tilly's like very intentionally quiet while you're talking about the big demon thing.
Mm.
Devil.
She doesn't know the difference.
I know I kind of glossed over probably some things, but I was writing a lot of it down as we went. Not so much the stuff that just happened, but if you've got some time and you want to know more, like it was fresh in my mind then. You can have a flick through it. It's my way of saying, hey, if you watch the previous episodes, you'll just pretend that you've read the notes.
Or you could send her your notes, Jamie.
Yeah, I could do that, but then I'd have to like take pictures and shit.
I'll boo her.
It's all
It's fine.
And I can't write properly, so that's going to be fun if you wanted to read them.
Just leave it in character. Mara doesn't know shit. Huh. Why didn't you just leave me there?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're one of us.
When we were told there was a chance that, like, you weren't going to die. Because you weren't actually dead. Like, you were going that way, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I touched a stupid thing, and
Not the first time.
thought, yeah, but she told me to. It was fine. I thought it was going to be fine. I didn't know what was. And she takes the ring, the leaf ring off, and just puts it on the table and moves it away. I can't begin to say. I can't begin to even imagine what you've been through. I'm really sorry. I didn't think. I didn't know. I'm so sorry, Ronan.
Well, like you said, you didn't know. It's not your fault.
I should have, though.
Look, you're one of us. We've all done stupid shit. And we'll all keep doing stupid shit. But we've got each other's backs, yeah? You all had my back when I walked into that fucking corridor and got blasted and turned into a statue.
But
We'll have Tristan's back the next time he challenges another bard and gets his ass kicked. And we have to rush to the stage and kill the guy. We'll have his
That's not
back.
how that's going to go down. That's fine.
Tilly picks the wrong pocket, we'll have her back.
you never pick the wrong pocket.
Ronan definitely doesn't shoot a guy off a rope, we'll have his back.
Thank you. I don't think anyone. I mean, obviously, no one has ever done anything like that for me because nobody does that thing.
Are we anything if not unpredictable?
Like, just next time, let's hope it's a little less involved, sorting things out.
So we say
GM,
pretty
yeah.
please.
GM, no, it's not going to be.
Hey,
Wow,
on the plus side,
side.
at least I don't have to waterboard you this time.
I'm gonna hug Gun, whether she wants to or not.
I'll be like,
First hug Gun, and then Tristan. And then with slight hesitation, Tilly, because I'm not sure if she wants to be hugged.
She likes up the hug.
It's like hugging a small child, a very daggery small
daggery.
child.
very stabby child.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm expecting to be stabbed any second, but I'm still doing it.
A small child in remarkably a better state than anybody else.
And I want to walk up to Ronan. Whatever it takes, whatever you need me to do, I promise. I'll do whatever I can to make this right.
You already came back. That's all we needed. That's all I need. I don't need anything else from you, and I definitely don't need you to say sorry ever again. Just leave it at that, and know that there's no debt, there's no do anything. Next time, if something happens, I'll do the same thing again. Yeah, it's fine.
And I'll carefully hug him as well. Because bleeding.
Ronan, it's like being hugged by a porcupine wearing a brace of long swords.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The porcupine's also covered in lemon juice and ghost pepper.
I only do it for short and okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. That's devilish magic for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like you've stood on a plug all over your body. Yeah.
Yep.
Stubbed your toe everywhere.
We get it.
We get it, Stuart.
Like if you were being crushed by water pressure, except the water was Legos.
No, except if the water was shards of broken beer glass.
Legos.
It's like someone scattered a load of D4s across a room and told you to roll around in it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
missing?
yeah.
Food analogies? Somewhere. Someone. Come on, Stuart.
Someone's throwing pineapples at you.
All right.
Spikes
Here's what
first.
it's like. You got a paper cup. You're in your fish and chips and you put your finger in it and you get the vinegar in the paper cut and the salt. It's like that, but your whole body.
Like he fell down the stairs, but every step was a cactus.
No. Every step was the entirety of Sen's Fortress from Dark Souls 1.
It's like eating a bag of salt and vinegar crisp when you have a mouth ulcer.
Yes.
There we go. That's
Yes.
a food one.
Only everywhere.
I'm entirely
Only
too
everywhere.
I'm entirely too un-British for this analogy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do not get vinegar anywhere near potato-based things. It's just like wrong. So wrong.
It's like you bit down into your korma expecting it to be a korma and it was actually a vindaloo.
I
A comma
I
is a vindaloo to Lydia.
I understood the proportions of this, and that's about it. There were words in there I have never heard before.
It's like having kidney stones across your entire body.
Like death by 1,000 cuts, except you don't die.
But
Yeah.
there's more than 1,000.
Yeah.
Right, can we move on? I think we
Or is it like
understand
anything else?
we'll move on after a quick break because I'm being shouted at to bring this person back. So when I say shouted at, I mean quietly asked via text. We'll see you all folks soon. Right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for that. I had to take a phone call and everything, but we are back. So, as the conversation between Namari and Ronan comes to a slightly uncomfortable end, I assume.
I didn't know that.
Where would we like to go?
So we have is it 9 or 8 days where we can't really do anything?
8 days of suffering, Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
How far was down though?
Week.
Dang.
Oh, 4 days. No, it's 4 days.
That was on horseback, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the horses back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say unless anyone was opposed to, you'll take a horse and go back to Downhelm and just get news, and just poke around Downhelm for a bit and then come back. But that's longer travel than I thought it would be.
Also, when we left Downhelm, we did kind of kidnap
Well, I mean,
a guy and ice him.
That's partially why I want to go back and see what's happening, because shit was kicking off in Downhelm.
Yeah, shit was kicking off. I think maybe the next better option is to move down to to the next big city, so Bangladesh or up to Rivermeet Free. Then we get it, because that's where people are traveling to and from, right? They'll be on the roads.
And Bangladesh is where Ronan's parents are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like we
true.
should do that because Ronan's had a really shit time at the minute.
Yeah.
So let's go reunite him with his mom and pop.
Oh, I know people in Bangladesh.
Stick a little wig on you.
I can sort you out.
Just imagine Tilly with a paladin wig.
Just imagine Tilly dressed up like freaking Shirley Temple.
I know people in Bangladesh who were small time then, and I'm very big time now. It's okay.
You're a homeowner.
Yeah, if the conversation of where to go comes up, Ronan doesn't want to go to Bangladesh. I would like to not go to Bangladesh. If anyone is any eyes and sees me go there, there's a better chance they find my parents. It's better if I find them after whoever they are is taken care of and there's no more eyes hidden and watching. Because look what they did to Pinevale.
Do we know what happened to what?
Yeah, a group of
Why are they after you?
well, they were just bully caravan guards when I was with them, but they seem to be more organized now. And they consider me a deserter from the gang, despite the fact, unless the initiation was kicking the shit out of me in the middle of the night, to which I left pretty much immediately, which wasn't great, yeah. Then, I don't know. But whoever they are, whoever the guy in charge is, I'd like to see him dead before I go back and see my parents. I like them to just be able to hide for as long as they need to until it's safe.
I mean, we could head to Rivermeet Free instead. I know less people in Rivermeet Free, which is good.
Well, we were looking to set up in Rivermeet Free eventually. I wouldn't be opposed to sooner rather than later and try and sort things out slowly but surely. How much gold do we have now? We didn't get our deposit back on our clothes.
No, we didn't. And most of our money is actually in gems right now.
We didn't get rid of the sapphire, did we?
Yes, we got rid of the gargoyle sapphire originally. Yeah. We traded that in, and then in the plane of Earth, we got a lot of gems there.
Yeah.
But in terms of spending money, not trade, we've got... Where did I write that? 2,000 roughly, beyond before it's all gems.
Okay.
That's coins.
And Rivermeet Free would be an okay place to get rid of some of that stuff, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it should be easy to get rid of a few things there.
Mm-hmm.
Rivermeet Free is the free city.
Yeah.
It's not technically heart of Kelram.
It'll be a good place to get our finger on the pulse of what's happening all around as well.
See what the Bureau's up to.
And it's not too far from Kalraz Akaran, which is a place I want to go.
Well, I mean, now we have Mary back. We can do basically whatever, right?
Kara's Akaran, that's one of the other holds. That's not.
It's kind of like if Dwarven culture has like a capital, that's it.
It was more prodding like that's not home.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not
That
yet.
is the
Yeah,
capital. It's the moot. It's the seat of the High King.
All right, roommate free then.
Yeah, I suppose so. Also, kind of just putting that out there. Recently, I kind of figured out how to get to a couple of places, like, real quick. I can get to Laugren and Edtwick in, like, a minute. If
Laugren's real far away.
yeah,
Dantwick.
yeah,
Oh.
it's a thing now. Kind of figured it out recently.
What, from your bard stuff?
Yeah. Just putting that out there if we ever fancy.
Yeah.
Well, it's-
Dantwick one is real handy because that'll pretty much get as close to Halcran as we can possibly get, the capital.
I mean, I've never done it before, but I feel like those are the places.
Is it just you, or can you take people with you?
It's a few people. For, sake of brevity, it's teleportation circle.
So, like,
It's-
roadies.
Yeah, as many people as you can.
Never.
In around.
Never will
Just-
we be roadies.
Just for reference of how far away Laugren is, it is at the top of the 1,000-mile river, which is a very handily named river. For guessing
Is it 1,000
distances,
miles?
it is.
Okay, that's a good guess.
It's actually perfectly placed to not really be of much help getting to Rivermeat free quicker.
Yeah, right now we're pretty okay going from where we are. But I know there was someone mentioned Laugren. Someone had business in Laugren.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was. I don't remember who.
I do.
It's you, your
Okay.
dad, right?
Yeah, it was in the Mari.
Mm.
Maybe that's a different conversation. I don't know.
For the people who don't remember, that's where the silver frame is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
let's-
Amari's not saying anything about that right now, and the ring is still on the table.
Do you know what? I feel like we're all in a really good place for just some nice, chill traveling for a little bit. We're not having to rush anywhere. The world isn't in immediate peril. None of us are dying except Ronan, maybe. But load our sorry asses into a wagon and we just take it steady. And we just take a minute to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like the most sense that we've ever actually had is to just like actually slow down. And it's weird that it's coming from you, like in a nice way, because you're normally the one that's like, yeah, let's go and do it. So maybe this is like a sign to take it easy for a few
It'll
days.
be nice not to be fighting for our lives for a few days.
Right? You know me, I love a good scrap, but I'm
But,
tired.
Cross this out.
Just,
Tear the page out.
Don't cross it out to it. It's dramatic irony.
Alright, so where can we get a wagon from?
You have one.
Yeah, I'm
Do
gonna say
we?
we have one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
We're
Oh.
very equipped.
It's just, in D&D, you have a wagon and then the next minute it's gone.
You fall off the wagon.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, but we're like all set up to go, right?
Mostly aside from Ronan.
Just a thought, like since we have a little while before Ronan's feeling up to, himself.
Anything.
Yeah. Ronan, do you want to maybe head back towards Broken Hills and talk to the gatekeeper or whoever that was? Since they pointed us in the right direction first.
Didn't they
Bounced out.
disappear?
Yeah, they went.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind.
So are we waiting for Ronan to be better before we set off?
I
Well,
suppose that's up to him.
if we had a particularly nasty bump in the road and I get a splinter from the wagon, I'll be out. I'll be unconscious. But I'll go. Don't hold us up for 8 days.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to setting up somewhere, letting you heal up first before doing anything. It gives us a breather. We've needed it.
Yeah, we could hang
Well-
out this town for a while.
Well, the only thing is, we left Galmore, went north. That's where we found the portal, the way into the plane of fire, but we also found trolls. And that wasn't a super easy fight. When I was at full, like, completely okay. If there's trolls or something similar on the road or on the way there, you'll be 100% on your own.
I mean, I guess we can chill here until you're rested.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, like, I fully think that whatever we find on the road you can deal with alone.
Yeah, but if they like throw a rock at the cart or something,
Yeah, we've been taking a lot of risks recently. I feel like this is unnecessary. We don't have to take this risk.
yeah.
We can just stay.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Does Gunn want like a week-long training montage with Tilly?
Sure.
Push you to the limit. I don't have that one on my jukebox, so
Dang.
yeah, the best I can do is the Gondor Dim theme.
Let's
No.
not.
Big pass.
I do want to go if we stay in that place for at least the night. I do want to go and read a couple of Tristan's notes, especially at the beginning, especially what happened in the Dwarven Vaults with the crystal and what he said about the corruption being gone.
Okay,
And I'm keeping the ring, but I'm not wearing it.
you're not putting it back on. Okay. All right. So, as the 8 days pass until Ronan is as fit and healthy as Ronan ever is, again, what would you like to do? Would you like to do
Ooh,
anything?
I do have a quick question. Has
Yes.
my charisma come back yet?
It came back when you rested, yes.
Like, fuck.
Yes.
Sweet.
Weird question. What languages do you know, Tristan?
I know Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Dwarvish.
During the 8 days, I don't see Ronan doing much. Can you just start, like, teaching him little bits of halfling along the way so they've got something they can focus on or try to focus on?
Yeah, could do. And then, like, maybe ask Tilly if there's any, like, start with the swear words, sort of thing. Like, if there's anything I don't know. And just kind of get a group thing going. It's like, what's the dirtiest word we can think of in Halfling?
We don't share halfling that easily.
I say halfling's a secret language.
But yeah, like,
Since when
on the sly, I can, why not?
Since when does Tristan care about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't imagine everyone's going to spend a lot of time by the bedside. Like, I'm not imagining Ronan leaving bed a lot.
By the hammock side.
Yeah.
I feel like Gun would get not bored of training and like sparring with Tilly, so but she'd get itchy to do something. So she'd wander off to the local blacksmith and just like volunteer there for a few days just to have something to do with her hands.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
maybe work out some frustrations with the big blacksmith's hammer.
Well, the blacksmith here, unfortunately, is a gnome.
So it's a little blacksmith hammer.
It's a really little blacksmith hammer. They're called a Lil. And they're a very peppy cheerleader type gnome with their hair in bright pink pigtails. And they're constantly asking you questions.
I've got this character on Warcraft.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It sounds, yeah, I've got that too.
I don't think Gun would mind. I think she'd be happy to just spend some days in the forge.
Okay.
Get that good sweat on.
Yeah. All right.
Tristan had spent the days writing and just sort of getting used to the loot as well. That's sort of figuring a couple of things out what he can do.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the whole like Miguel. Yeah, just a lot of that.
Mhm.
And trying to sort of keep an eye on Ronan the whole time as well.
Don't forget the mess that you got from Refurian, whatever that is. You'll find that out within 8 days, so you may know what it is then.
Yeah. Let me just get.
Like regardless of who had it, it will end up in the hands of Gun.
Yeah.
It's only a mace. It's only a D6. But it is, in particular, a mace of.
I think at some point in that training, we definitely get a shot of like Tilly trying to swing one of Gun's big two-handed weapons properly, and like it doesn't go well.
Whoa. That is a mace of disruption.
Oh, sweet. I imagine this Tilly's like doing it. I'm like, don't use your back. Oh my god, Tilly, no. Legs.
You could tell like she's really into the idea, but knows it doesn't work for her.
The joys of being a halfling.
Too small.
All right.
I think at some point as well, Tilly spends a day riding down to Sudshar and doing some sketches for Tristan.
Okay. So you're going down to Sudshar.
Yeah, just for like a day trip.
Okay. So,
I'm instantly killed by the enemy there.
are you going on your own?
Wait. Are they the rocks that make you puke?
Yeah.
I want to try that out.
Are you going on your own?
I mean, I tell people I'm going to ride down to Sudshar for the day.
Field trip.
Wait, is this the picnic episode? Is this the picnic episode, the mid-season break of the anime? Time
I
for
mean,
picnic.
it's a zone that makes us puke. I don't think we want to bring a picnic.
Cute.
What was
So
that, Lydia?
Who's going? No. Pardon, Lydia?
Anyone, come on?
No understanding the puking, so I'm already just quiets down.
No, you weren't asleep before we did that.
No?
No. It's some
Yeah.
sticky rocks that float in the air, and if you look at them, they make you puke.
We knew that before we left Dalnong.
Because
That
you
was
were going to
gonna
go
be
there.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we decided to swing by
Been a while.
Ghostville. Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
I'm going.
Cool, I'm in.
All right. Anyone else?
I just kind of see what Ronan ends up doing.
Oh, that's a no from me, dog.
Okay.
I'll stay as well then.
Go
All
stay
right.
out.
Yeah. So the three of you spend some time walking over to Sudshar. And when you get there, it is a strange sight, or it would have been 2 weeks ago before you went plane hopping and saw a bunch of weird stuff. You see there is a small hillock there, and above it are 5 shards of brilliant scarlet crystal. And then I will need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Yep, that's it.
Yes.
Oh shit, I'm fucking good at these now.
13.
Oh no.
Um,
11.
24.
So, Tilly, you're like, oh, cool. As the 2 people next to you go, "Hoo-ah!"
That's like the exact opposite of how I expected that to go.
Yeah, Tilly, it's like you stood between Niagara Falls.
Hey, I've been sober for like a year now. Tilly
Yeah.
doesn't puke. Yeah, I'll take those sketches I went for. Shoo those two away
damn.
from.
So as the two of you just throw up, Tilly just walks forward, takes out a little book, and starts taking sketches here.
That was a bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Yeah, I thought that was bullshit, but no. Yeah, it makes you hurl.
Yeah, you feel really woozy and really unsteady, and you hear a laughing of an old lady.
If we can step back a sec, I don't have a book. I have pages torn out of Tristan's notes.
Oh, right, okay. So it's little, like, raggedy sheets of paper.
Do I see an old lady?
You do. You see Anfelf
Hag.
in old lady form. Because she's outside.
I'm just immediately, I just look at her like, you.
She's like, oh, so you made it back after all, and you didn't even come to say hello.
We basically got back.
First time here.
Yeah, we've been in town for a few days.
No, I mean at the shards.
Yeah, what's going on with them anyway? That's...
Oh, no one's quite sure, really. They're very... She sort of looks around. Sees there's no one there. No, there's not really much that we know about them.
Oh, shit. So rude. Namari? I'm Felf.
Oh,
It's changed. What?
you're Namari. I'm Anfelf. Sorry, I'm apostate Anfelf Issachar. I'm a wizard.
Right.
I helped your friends get to the plane of fire.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks.
Namari's the one we were doing all of that stuff for.
I had figured. Yes, your lost traveling companion.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought she was a hag, but then she spoke into my mind that she wasn't a hag, so
Hags might do that.
yeah.
No offense, just saying for.
Oh, no, she read my mind and saw that I was thinking she was a hag, which I mean was probably all over my face anyway, so I'm not that impressed. But
I'm sorry about these two.
It's okay. So how did it all go with getting your friend back then? I presume well. She's here, but what about the specifics?
I'd wager it went pretty badly, actually.
I mean, we didn't die.
You managed to avoid the Sultanate?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we let's just say we probably won't be welcomed back to the plane of fire with open arms.
I mean, let's say the Sultanate learned to avoid us.
Oh, did they now?
Mm?
Most impressive.
Mostly Ronan's handiwork.
Are you aware of the way the Sultanate works?
Nope.
No, but there's like a council or something with a bunch of other ones on, and
Yes, and they sort of work. It's like a catalyst.
Mhm.
More of you we put next to each other, the exponentially more powerful they get. On their own, they're quite dangerous, but 2 of them is about 8 times more dangerous. 3 of them is about 64 times more dangerous, and so on.
Oh, well, that's good that we only face the one.
It means they don't think much of you if you only face them.
Well, anyway, it was shit there, so we won't go back. Air was pretty good.
The plane of air. It's been many a year since I've heard of that place. I once met a traveller from there.
Oh yeah.
Yes. No, you probably won't have heard of them.
You never know.
The name's Halderef.
How the rest? Wait, do we know that name?
No. Yes. She was a wonderful air ganassi.
Oh.
Very hard to hear, spoken in whisper all the time, but...
Yeah, we had a guy that did that.
Hmm.
Well, person. Individual. That was pretty good. Earth wasn't too bad. No, sorry. Air was pretty good. Earth was okay. And then we're back here. So, you know, overall pretty good. Saw the sights, killed things.
So what brings you to Sudshar, then?
Sightseeing.
Yeah, bottom mostly.
Oh.
One of our number is kind of down for the count for a little while, so
Oh, that's unfortunate. Are they going to be okay?
Yeah.
I
He'll be
think
fine.
so.
All right. So where are you all heading next?
Don't
Yeah,
really
Rivermeet,
know,
I
to be
think.
honest.
No? Oh, that's a shame.
Hey, I thought we were headed to Rivermeet.
Oh, you're heading to Rivermeet. You know, you might meet a friend of mine there. He runs a tavern.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he did. I'm not sure if it's still there. It was a few years ago now. I've been there. Yes. His name's Finfin.
Well, any friend in Rivermeet would be one more than I have at the minute, so it's a start.
Fin.
Finfin.
Fin.
Yes.
Oh, yeah? The tavern called? A bit easier to say than that.
It was called the Dusty Keg.
Dusty. Doesn't sound like
On
a good
account
tavern.
of no one really went in there.
Yeah. Doesn't sound too great.
He was a fine person, just not very good at running a tavern.
Well, if we bump into them, I'm sure we'll say you said hello.
Yeah.
Please just tell him, and he will give you lodgings for as long as you desire.
Oh, shit. Remember that
Hey.
name, Tilly.
Oh, because we're so much hurting for cash to pay for lodgings.
Look.
You might be in Rivermeet.
Why is it
that's true.
expensive?
Once I was there, I stayed a night, and it was 150 gold per night. And that was for a shared room with everyone else in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
No beds, just a blanket on the floor and a piss pot in the corner.
Things run a little bit differently in Rivermeet.
So don't tell me pine's expensive, yeah.
It depends on where you go. I paid anywhere between a copper and a lot more.
Ooh. That was just Susie's northernness coming through. Memories of London. How much?
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, I had to give away quite the thing to get myself a drink there once.
Can you tell us what that one was so we don't go there?
Oh, no, it changes all the time. That place is very mutable.
Oh. Because I know none of us would be stupid enough to pay more than like a gold for a drink.
Yeah, I've...
Jamie.
I'm fairly certain you've paid more than a gold for a drink.
Oh.
So yes, it's been a great many years since I've been there. I feel like it might have cooled down a bit now. It had just really started calling itself a city when I was last there. I try to avoid the place.
Why?
Just for no particular reason. It's just it can slow you down going through it.
What do you mean slow you down? There's just too much to do, see? Things
Yeah,
happening.
that's, things tend to happen around there. It's a sort of coming together point for every figure from every walk of life in all of the land. You get apostates like me, heretics, lords, ladies. You get the closed gauntlet of there, in no official capacity, of course. The Arcana Casidium wandering around. There's all of the mercenaries that end up there as well, including the Leviathan's Apex. If you're fancying pitting yourselves against some of the others. It's a great coliseum and arena in town.
Wait, what?
I'd imagine Tilly's memories of Rivermeet are a good few years out of date.
Good few years out of date and probably very spotty between
Yeah,
being blackout drunk. Yeah.
and being concussed.
Yeah.
No, but wait, an arena?
Yes. It's called the Leviathan's Apex.
Prizes?
Yes, and glory.
Oh. What kind? Is it like bare knuckle, weapons, fighting each other, fighting things? What specific woman?
It depends upon the event. Don't call me woman. I have a
My
name.
apologies, I got carried away.
It depends upon the event. It's either against other bands of mercenaries like yourselves, or monsters, creatures. Do they gather from the surrounding countrysides? Once, they managed to lure a fire giant into the arena. Almost burnt the old one down.
I mean, don't get it too interested. We need this one in one piece.
Too late, gun's already gone.
I'd like you all to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
That's a 9. I make sure to turn away from the drawings first.
27.
17 was that?
Yeah.
This time, the rest of you are fine as Tilly just goes very wide-eyed for a second, moves the drawings to the side. But almost practiced. Throws up. And then is back and is fine.
Gonna put those drawings away.
Yeah.
Just as a...
And Felf is like completely unfazed by this.
So, has anyone ever like interacted with these things?
What's this? Oh,
The stones.
the shards. People have touched them, chipped bits off and everything, but nothing really happens, no.
I'm not gonna touch them. I'm not. I will fully support any one of you guys trying to touch it. But
you can go touch it if you wish. Nothing will really happen.
Mm.
No. They say they're remnants of a bygone era. No one really knows what, though. History is sketchy pre-formation of Calrim. Well, maybe pre the beginning of this era, I suppose. The formation of the city-states that eventually became Calrim is what this age has been about. And knowledge of the previous one is all but lost. We don't even know what the end of the date is. It's PN. No one really knows what that means.
It's not written down anywhere or anything? People just say it?
People just say it, yes. What it is has been lost to history. That's the most dangerous thing about history. It can be lost, it can be erased and taken from us. And all of the knowledge gained there can be split by just a few unsavory hands. And that's why it's important that we do what we can to chronicle and keep safe the history we have now. Be it the history of our family, our friends, our own history, or the history of our lands.
Yeah, well, we've got one nerd that walks around us writing everything in a book, so we're good on that front.
Good. Well, that's always good to have. How many of those friends have you had?
Ones that
Rather
write
not
things
talk
down?
about that, to be honest.
Yes, bards, they tend to cycle through themselves quite quickly. Have a habit of getting killed.
Just a one, really.
Oh, that's impressive.
I mean, back home, we kind of have more of an oral tradition for stuff, so I wouldn't say I knew many bards back then, but I knew a lot of people that were storytellers.
Oh, a bard is beyond a storyteller.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, but the root is the same.
I'm glad Tristan's not here. Can you imagine the look on his face where she just said that?
yeah,
He'd be lapping this up.
It looks a lot like that.
he'd be just smugly nodding, and can you imagine him wiping the dirt off his shoulder? Just
Yeah, doing that little, kicking his toe in the sand, like, oh me. Oh, God. That's really not changed since you've been gone, Namari. If anything, my urge to murder Tristan has just...
no, it hasn't. I saw you bickering. That's a different bickering.
I really love the enemies to lovers trope we've got going on here.
Literally everyone else, apparently.
No, can't see that.
I'm all for the, going to have more dates. Like, I'm going to find a way to get you back to the element of plane of air. Like, no, I'm wingmanning, if anything. Anyway, I'm not that.
So we did institute a system where you all have a veto on one murder. Tristan used his instantly. No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Good, I think. Because usually, I mean, if things haven't changed, then very often the murdering just happens. Before anyone can veto anything.
If anything, I've been restrained. And you'd
I
be
love-
proud of me.
Restrained by emotions,
No.
by love, by a newfound appreciation for the world.
Rage.
Okay, well, maybe we've had
Rage.
enough
You know,
fun at the center.
Time to go home.
All right. So, as you go back, is there anything else you'd like to all do before you set off for Rivermeat Free? Anything you'd like to ask or read?
I mean,
Oh, I have that book
Oh, yes.
that I've been meaning to read for like 3 months.
God, I don't even have
What is it called?
Oh,
Where did I
gosh.
do it?
the 6 Divines of Moradin.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I have the stuff up. So, obviously, you know Moradin, creator god of the dwarves. To your eyes, creator god of everything. The prime god had 6 children. From his own essence, he created 6 children. The first of these was known as Tricarian All-Anvil, and he wandered the world teaching smithing to the dwarves. Eventually, he gave pieces of himself to make great anvils from which powerful artifacts could be made. The second divine was Hescrin Warhowl, and Hescrin was the one who brought war to the dwarves, and he brought war against the most ancient enemy of the dwarves, the orcs, and he carved out Grumpsh's eye. And it said he sleeps in the ocean as a great mountain. Next came Denerin Grudgebearer, and she taught law to the dwarves and bestowed the first book of grudges upon them. From there came Loterier, Fanemaker, and he crowned the dwarves and brought rulership. Sorry, she crowned the dwarves. From then came Baragog Deathgiven. Originally Baragog Peacemaker. They were slain by the Dwargar on a peaceful journey. And that sparked the stout folk wars between the two types of dwarves. And his tears are said to flow as a river through the Underdark. But the final one, Volgoda Ash Virtue, the final divine of Moradin, she brought compassion to the dwarves, especially in the face of evil. She's the patron of many paladins, including the Burnt Virtue, the Order of the Burnt Virtue. She walked into the Underdark to make peace with the Dwargar and has not returned since then. And those are the 6 divines of Moradin. You've interacted with a remnant of 1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the 6 children of Moradin.
Well, that gets Gun to thinking, because holy shit, we've interacted, as you said, with one aspect of 1.
Mm-hmm.
But now Gun's got that in a mind space.
Mm-hmm.
Big think.
Big think.
Big think. Galaxy brain.
Alright, that's me for the rest of this time.
All right, would anyone else like to do anything?
Yeah, just sort of over the course of the time that we have, Tristan would like to every so often sort of periodically look at the pocket watch and jot down at what time it was and the sort of equivalent time for us, just over the course of a few days to figure out if there's any pattern to it or not.
Okay.
It's
What you figure
a
out?
lot of random numbers.
Yeah, what you figure out is there's no discernible pattern at all to it. It speeds up and slows down. It sometimes goes backwards in the other direction. It does not seem to have any sense of time to it.
Fair enough. At this point, I'm literally just trying to jot down as much information regarding it around it to rule out ideas, as opposed to think of any new ones.
Yeah. And at times throughout the few days, you're once again struck by that sense of sadness from the sword. Especially when you interact with friends.
Oh.
That I'd probably every so often take some time, go on a walk maybe at night, and just sort of like, I'm with you too, bud. I'm with you too.
Okay. So eventually 8 days pass and you wake in the morning, Ronan, and the feeling of agony has finally passed after 9 horrific days of constant pain. You wake up in the morning to peace as your wounds have finally begun to heal. You are finally able to get some sense of vigor back. You're also muted.
I still have the 1 hit point though.
No, you wake up in the morning as if you'd had a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Superficially, though, I imagine Ronan has like a real bad like scarring situation.
Funny enough, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, the wounds are only going to start closing now.
Yeah, but they, as you can see from Gun, don't scar.
Hmm.
These are magic wounds.
I mean, that would look really baller, though.
Yeah, you look a lot like that anime character I can't remember.
Tragically, Gun's only really impressive scar came from being dropped on her face.
Look,
Dude, I
just trying my best.
does Amari still have the
Lattice work pattern.
Hmm.
Yeah. Looks
Actually-
like an art deco piece.
Yeah, we might want to take that to somebody.
It's like
yeah.
imagine like a white tattoo. You know that.
I first the hair and then the thing and
Yeah.
That does remind me as well. At some point in the few days, I would have liked to attempt to flare the sigil, just with how it faded last time. Like, is it still there?
It is not.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Oh,
I tell that to everyone. Like,
You cannot flare the sigil anymore.
fuck.
Not even me, the person who didn't use it for the terrible robbery we did.
Not even you.
Dang.
Well, one of you can still use it.
Oh, that'd be right. Yeah, look, guilty woman.
oh, fucking hell.
We gave up so much.
So much.
I mean,
And commence the guilt trip in 5, 4.
What's the male situation in Kureon?
It's about a 50-50 split gender-wise.
I reckon you mentioned the postal service.
Don't laugh at that, Lydia. Fuck. Come on.
Do.
Caleb, you did that.
no, you know what?
And
It's
the
the horrible
Latin.
thing is because I had that same stupid joke in my head, but of course I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna. That's dumb.
I was like,
And the fact that Stuart
Stuart won't
just
go for that.
did it is like, I miss
If
it.
ever there was an appropriate time to dab, that was it, Stu. I'm just,
You missed it. You
No.
missed it.
I would have
Do
let
it.
you off with this.
No, the point of dabbing is you dab when it's not the situation to dab.
But then isn't it always the situation to doubt?
quantum dab.
Quantum dab, exactly. That's why they call me Dab Master Flash.
No, they don't, though.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
Oh, no,
What it does.
they super don't.
Right, and someone with a veto, please.
Anyway,
I used mines.
I'm just gonna cut the fucking stream. We're done.
can people send
A
letters
year
to
is all we
Kureon?
got.
People do send letters, yes.
Okay. Tilly
It's
will
a
write.
courier service.
Tilly will write a letter home.
Okay.
It is probably like short and terse, and obviously more written out of like a feeling of obligation than anything.
Does Tilly write it, or does Tilly get someone else to write it?
Tilly can write.
Okay, just checking.
She couldn't like a certain amount of hours ago when she was in the corridor, but right now she can.
Okay. All right. So Tilly writes a small letter, and you hand it to a courier that comes into town on one of the days, who's delivering a letter to somebody else. And he bears the royal sigil of Cowrim. He's not some snake oil salesman. And he begins delivering your letter. And it costs you a fair amount of money to get it that far, especially since the wormwolds aren't exactly on a main road.
Yeah, that's fair.
He costs you 25 gold.
That is fine.
Yeah, because that's a good over 1,000 miles there. All right.
Yeah.
So the 9 days pass. Ronan is back on his feet.
Yeah, use proper, like now Ronan will be bandaged because the wounds can close and stop bleeding. So like salves, bandages, everything just completely covered.
Yes. Okay. So Ronan puts himself together, quite literally in some places, like sticks himself together. And you all grab your horses once again, which are called.
Colt and Pimento.
There we go.
Can't believe they still are alive. Like,
And you
We
grab.
went out of our way to take really good care of them.
yeah, yeah.
If anything
We're
ever
good
happened to
people.
Captain Colton Pimento, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Thank you, Rosa.
There we go.
So you grab them and you begin setting off towards Rivermeat Free. And I would like all 5 of you, oh, it feels nice to say 5 again, all
Yeah.
5 of you to roll me a D12.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
We back on this shit. We have this grind again.
Fuck.
One.
We're now using the Red Dead Redemption horse rules, by the way.
Yeehaw.
Hit
Which
stone and
means-
go flying.
Yeah, which means you hit a stone and they die. Yeah.
Have we got a cinematic mode for the camera, though?
Yeah. Okay. Tilly.
One.
Okay.
Looks directly at camera.
3,
2.
5, 2,
12.
Do we have a 4, please?
12. Okay.
Still don't know how this roll works.
Me either.
I think low is
I
good.
don't think there is a rule.
If
There
it's
is
like
a-
Talavir, if you roll over what Stu gets, something happens. And that's how I ended up sending everybody to the astral plane at level
And
3.
what did you roll this time, Susie?
I rolled 12.
Yep. It's funny because I rolled a 5.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Again.
So, as you make your way out from Rivermeat here, from Dalmore here, it's about 2 days into your travel, and you've not long hit the Glint March roadway again. Before you see, coming from within a small, from the edge of a small wood here, is a thin plume of smoke. And as you get close, you can begin to hear voices. Low and gruff voices, and you can see the edge of what looks like an encampment as you trundle your way along the road here.
Kind of encampment.
The kind with tents. It's a very intense encampment.
I hate the fact that I have the same jokes in my head as Stuart. I think that is the beginning of the end.
That's the 7th seal opening.
I should have never come back.
Stu, that wasn't it, Chief.
That ain't it, Chief.
No, it's always time. That's got on camera now, so
The disappointment's palpable for Stevie. Fuck.
I am the whitest guy I know.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But like, so what's the like size and scale of the encampment? Like,
Right now, you can only see the edge of it.
Anyone there? Anyone visible?
From where you currently are, no.
And unless there's something like pressing, I don't know that we fuck with it, right?
Okay, she's going to keep walking past or riding past.
Who's on the reins?
Probably you.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So as you begin to go past it, you see that these tents are hide tents. They're made of fur, and they're propped up by what look to be a mixture of strong wooden poles and large bones. And stood around the camp in small groups are maybe a dozen or so very heavily built, gray-skinned, tusked individuals.
Are they at all familiar?
They're the sort of thing that people would talk about. These are orcs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll at least like stand whatever would be the highest point on the wagon. I'll like climb up to get a good look as we pass.
Yeah.
What kind of things do people say about orcs?
It's dependent on the type of orcs they're talking about.
Should I roll for that?
Yeah. Roll a... They removed local as a knowledge check, so I guess just roll intelligence.
Oh boy.
Listen here, wizards. Please add some more of the knowledge checks back in. The ones you kept aren't really enough to cover things.
2.
That's 2. Tilly knows our orcs have grey skin and tusks and are built big.
I mean, that's all you need to know, really.
Yeah.
Cover the basics.
I mean, I probably also know about 10 other things that all conflict with each other and are all incorrect.
Yes. So it's the same fact, but from 10 different perspectives. And the original fact's actually false. Yeah. Because you can see now that none of them have rainbow tails.
Also, some of those people were actually describing walruses.
And one of them was describing a boar.
So just for me as Susie, are dwarves and orcs still in conflict with each other? Oh boy.
Very much so.
Okay, don't let Gun see the orcs. Don't let Gun see the orcs.
I mean, that's in your control, not ours.
Just saying, I would be in the wagon.
Couple of things.
Yes.
Whereabouts on the map has this happened? Like, how far out did we get?
You can see where the T-junction is up from Galmore.
So right there.
A little bit beyond that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so would Galmore still be the closest place of note?
Yeah, vaguely so, yeah. But this is 2 days into your travel.
Okay.
Kureon is big, large place.
Yeah. And
at least.
Would I know anything about orcs from like stories and stuff? Not to do the whole until someone gets it right thing, but
go ahead and make an intelligence check.
I'd imagine either way, like the stories Tristan will have heard will have been different to mine.
Yeah.
Just flat intelligence, yeah.
Yeah. You do get Jack of all trades on it.
Oh, fair enough. Then it's a 13.
Okay, so you've heard a bit about orcs. Particularly, you've heard that the fact that orcs are not only have a lot of orcs at war with dwarves, but the orcs that are at war with dwarves are also at war with other orcs. And this constant cultural schism has meant that a lot of orcs are nomadic. A lot of dwarves have been over the years, in the tales you've listened to, being unbiased, non-dwarven tales. The orcs have been quite ruthless. The dwarves have been quite ruthless in their expunging of orcs, and usually don't pay much attention to the followers, to who the orcs follow, because many orcs and the orcs that are a problem are the orcs that follow Grumsh. Grumsh being the god of destruction. The other orcs don't. They follow a more animist teaching, a more worldly teaching. Although it changes on group to group. It's just people that don't follow Grumsh. And they are generally just people, as you and I. And but the dwarves don't tend to differentiate. They see the orcs as those that plundered their ancient halls, the ones that one of their divines was given birth to for the pure purpose of taking out these vile creatures. You know that orcs are strong in battle, strong in song, strong in arm, and strong in friendship. Weak in knitting, which is a very specific tale you've heard. Yeah, about the orc called Uruk, who had to knit.
I am probably going to draw on that particular story in future.
Mm-hmm.
Uruk, the orc that cannot knit.
No, the orc that had to knit.
The orc that had to knit, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't very good.
Well, no orc is very good at knitting. So
That's just racist.
Yeah, that's just generalizing.
Moving on.
they've got they've got big meaty fingers. It's hard for them to hold thread.
And crochet.
Anyway.
Uruk, the crocheting orc.
Okay, yeah, that's
Like Vladimir from Tangled.
Anyway.
So,
Would these tents / orcs be visible from like the back of the wagon?
as you go past, yeah, you'd be past them though before you could see out the back of the wagon because you have a covered wagon now.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. As we pass, do they make any move?
No, they don't. They don't seem to. No.
Even any like look our way?
No. I mean, a couple of them like glance up and glance back down again.
Yeah. Okay. If they don't do anything, I don't do anything. If they don't wave, I don't wave. If they don't attack, I don't attack. They just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no war drums, no war violin, it's fine.
Bum, bum, bum. Ding, 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 ding.
I imagine the war violins only play Flight of the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Well, we've all seen what happens when Tristan plays his violin at people.
Yeah.
They get stabbed.
They
They
explode.
explode.
All right, in that case then, everyone just roll another d12 for me very quickly.
Gun would have had to like, she would have drawn her axe and been like, going past.
Billy.
7.
Lydia? Namari? You muted.
7 as well.
Ooh.
Gun?
7.
Ooh.
Tristan?
11.
No.
Oh, rhyming though.
7-11. And Ronan. A 1. Wow.
Kind of looks like a 7. And there's 2 of them and an 11, so I'm still in the pattern.
So, as the next days pass, it's very uneventful on the road. The most you see is a deer sprinting across the road. But eventually, you come across the first landmark of note since you're re-embarking onto the Glint March roadway here. You see the Great Thought Drannel. Built into the side of the mountains here, at the very, very bottom of the huge mountain range known as the Hilltop Sierras, is a grand bastion, which marks the midway point of Calrim's empire. It's 2 tiers that sit on the side of the mountain here. And just beyond them, this great, like, think of it like almost like a large rock on the side of this tower, on the side of this mountain, but there are 2 sections to it. Just beyond that lies the Gate of Kings. It's here, it is said, and this is general Calrim knowledge for those of you from Calrim. This is like Calrim 101. So this is where the first king of Calrim made their claim. And this is where Calrim as a country, rather than a place, was formed. It's not the first time thinking where you've all been, this is probably the first time any of you have seen this. Tilly probably didn't want to come this way previously because it is a military stronghold full of guards. And no one else has been this far. This is the first time you have all seen this place, and it is grand. It is to rival the stone structures of Kalraz Kazagar. Gun. Either side of the mountains here, as the road splits between the two of them, like it has been carved between, are these huge statues built into the side of this mountain, each of them many, many times the size of a man, to the point where the ambient mist and fog of just everywhere is beginning to cloud the tops of these figures, one of which is on the entire side of this mountain. This small mountain here has been carved away into the form of this figure who reaches out their hand, and the other one on the other side of it, connected to the entirety of this long mountain chain which leads up into the Hilltop Sierras proper, holds out a blade. And as you pass between the two of them, you see up above Fort Dranel, watchful eyes, just the slight glint of helmets is all you can see as you are watched as you go through here. Knowing now that you pass from the frontier of Calrim into Calrim proper, this is the bowels of the kingdom, its heart. And that is where we'll end this session. Next time, you will arrive at Rivermeet 3. We will see what awaits you in that veritable clusterfuck.
Clustercluck.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. All of you are here now, so you're safe.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Nothing bad happens in Rivermeet 3.
And funnily enough, that was the last page left in the book that was lined.
There we go. That book
an entire year
is year 1. We're now entering year 2.
And it's a fancier one.
Oh, it is a fancier one. Look at that. Yeah. So, I do want to say thank you to everyone once again who has tuned in and watched this year, even if you're not watching anymore. And even if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you as well. Anyone that's tuned in on Twitch, any one of you new, if you're here for the first time, if you're here from someone else's raid or host, just if you're here every week, thank you very much to everyone who's watched this. It's been great. This is my favorite form of D&D campaign, the long form that meanders from place to place. So I'm glad that there are people here who are enjoying it with us, and I hope all of my players are enjoying it. Of course, most of all, they are my primary concern. But I do hope you're all enjoying it too. And if you do, let us know. Give us a like on Twitter before they remove it. Topical.
Do you want to smash that subscribe button, hit that bell?
Yeah, ding that bell. Yeah, all that.
Hey, gamers.
Hey, gamers.
Hey, guys, what's up? It's your girl.
I'm not going to. So, yeah, if you did enjoy it, as always, please do let us know. We really enjoy it if you let us know. Like, it's nice to be like, hey, I really enjoyed this. Even if it's the players, you can also let me know if you enjoyed it.
It was good stuff.
I'll tell you when.
Oh, Jamie! Fuck!
Sorry, I saw an opportunity. I saw it. It was there.
Oh, that was like a level dunk. That's mean.
Up to 5 players, back down to 4 players.
Yeah.
Back down again.
Join us
well, we
next
did mention the bards are cycled through on a regular basis.
Oh, you know.
Next week, join us as we begin a brand new campaign.
Without Jamie.
Jamie not here. Yeah.
I love you guys.
I'll take a level in bard. It'll be okay.
Curry's bardic inspiration. Do it. Bling.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, shall we just end this mess
Maybe.
Yeah.
before
We
it
will
gets
see
any
you-
worse?
We will see you all next week, and make sure to tune in for wherever we are during the week, and especially for Bike Club on Wednesday. So we will see you for more Kureon next week. For now, though, we'll see you around.